Hello everyone, welcome to Sahoo Textile Academy. Today we are with Praveen Sir. Sir, welcome to Sahoo Textile Academy.
Thank you.
So, Sir is currently working as the unit head of Indo Liberty Textile in Indonesia. So, Sir, how was your work experience in textile and particularly in Indonesia?
Uh, First of all, thank you very much for contacting and giving this opportunity. So, I have around 26 of years of experience in textile. The overall experience is with the spinning. I have worked in the different functions of spinning, completing all the technical operations like production, maintenance, quality assurance, and then product development, business development, marketing, and this customer centricities, and finally I'm working as a unit head here since last 3 years. So, and in Indonesia I joined in 2011. uh, Currently, as you told, I am at PT Indo Liberty Textile, which is a part of Aditya Birla Overseas Spinning. We have here three spinning plants, so I have been switched over in each locations. So, but now since 3 years I am here.
Okay, sir. So, sir, as per your observation, sir, what is the difference between the work culture we follow here in India and in Indonesia?
That is good question. Actually, this is the only thing which matters if we are coming outside India. But I can say the major difference is the Indians are means more stressed, and if we talk about the work-life balance, then work have a little bit more weightage there than the other life. Here, the people are cool and calm. They respect the rules and regulations. They are quite adherent to that. And means whenever they are respecting the rules and regulations, they also expect that their life should not be disturbed in the means out of the scope. So it means in a nutshell, we can say that they are sincere enough, yet we cannot expect something which can disturb their work-life balance.
Okay. So I have some few questions related to synthetic process, and in today's session we will start with that. So, sir, my first question is, sir, what is the difference between dope dyed and on dyed polyester, and why mill owners particularly prefer more percentage of on dyed fiber in mixing?
You see, first of all, what is difference? So, as you told, dope dyed means when a fiber is made, that then the solution is doped with that color. Means the solution is of that color. So when the fiber comes out, that fiber is completely of that color. If we are doing on dyeing, it means we are coloring some fiber. So the fiber from outside layers, definitely it is absorbed. It means the color is absorbed there. But if we cut the cross section, dope dyed, you will find the same color in the inner side also. But in the on dyed fiber, you may find some lighter color or white portion inside whenever we are seeing the cross section of the fiber. So this is the basic difference between dope dyed and on dye. There are several advantages and disadvantages of both the means both the types. If I talk the advantages of dope dye, in that case, the spinners have several advantages because they are buying only a fiber. They need not to arrange the infrastructure for the dyeing, and nowadays the uh, these compliances are also very tough for using the chemicals and discharging of chemicals, because everywhere sustainability is a big drive now, and everybody is asking for zero discharge or no waste or like circular economy means in the same way. So at this time, people prefer where least or zero use of chemical is there. So spinning units have the advantage if they are buying the dope dyed fiber, then they can spin the dyed yarn without using any chemicals. And that I mean the another advantage is that for means outside use. Just if something means the end product is which is uh, just like shown to the sunlight, or it is directly in the outside area, like our tents, or you mean say some this campings or this. So there, by the sunlight, the color gets faded. But in dope dyed case, the color is not going to fade, it will be same. Whereas the on dyed fiber, after some time the color will be faded by several washings or by the other effects. So now the question arises, if there are several advantages with dope dyed, why people are using on dyed? So the basic problem is that several colors are used in the world, and there are means a very small difference by the naked eye. If you cannot see the significant difference even there, but still they are different colors. If we talk about the shade card, in our shade card only the black color is having 54 shades. All you will say it is black. So every small variation, if we want, then we cannot prepare dope dyed fiber, because dope dyed requires a big setup and it's a minimum quantity that is also required. So if the quantity is small, in that case it is very difficult to create a separate color every time. So the fiber manufacturer will not support you. So in that case, the other option comes, we can do on dye. So on dye, whatever color you want, you have the setup to match that, and then you can dye it. Now the means best option is coming, where people are using 60, 70 or 80% dope dyed, and just to match its tone, they are using some portion of on dye. So that is the best combination.
Okay. So, sir, as a unit head, what will you prefer, dope diet or own diet, and which one is most challenging for you?
Yeah, we prefer definitely dope dyed, because as I told you, in Indonesia also the compliances are very strong nowadays. Even means since last 3 years, if I see the trend, then the process houses have been shut down because of their means non-compliances towards the rules and regulations for the environment or the sustainability. So I like to use dope dyed, but as I told you, sometimes to match the tone, we have to dye the fiber and mix it just to create the desired shade.
Okay, sir. Sir, my next question is, sir, why depositions are found in own dyed polyester, and how we can solve this issue?
You see, as we have discussed, the on dye is nothing but this is a deposition of the colors, because colors, if we want to penetrate, then that color is also a chemical. So if something is absorbing something, then the whole liquid cannot go inside. Some portion will be in outside, and some spin finish also we are using just to nullify the static charges, or to create some cohesion from fiber to fiber, because the frictional properties of the fiber also matters. So during dye, if there is no balance between the chemicals used, then the excess chemical can be deposited there, and that also create problem in spinning also, because sometimes if we are getting the fiber, whenever we are starting it, it cannot run, it is creating lapping, or in the carding also the wave is not coming out. So those parameters are highly depends upon the uh, spin finish that they are using there. So if it is higher, then extra deposition will be there. If it is lower, then static charge will be generated. So both the things should be balanced during fiber manufacturing. So means some spinners are using it that whenever they are taking the fiber, just checking the means the static charge there. Based upon the static charge observation, we are deciding whether we can spray some more antistatic, or if it is already more, if it is higher, then we are requesting to the fiber supplier to reduce the OPU. OPU means the spin finish.
Okay, sir. Sir, what is the suitable cut length of fiber for better quality?
You see, quality is a vast word. Means here we cannot say what is the quality. Somebody's requirement is the quality. So if anybody is focusing on the evenness, then I will say can be 1.2 or 1.3 denier with 38 mm. So you talked about cut length, so I think 38 mm is better for the evenness. But if somebody's requirement is strength only, if some technical use they are means, yeah, they are buying for some technical use, in that case if you are going for 44 mm or for technical applications into 51 mm, that will give you better strength.
Okay, sir. Sir, can we spin 38 mm fiber in 59 mm ring cradle? And if we do so, then what problem might arise?
Now you see, uh, 59 mm is the long cradle, so and that is not suitable for 38 mm fiber, because there are three type of cradles which are mostly used in spinning. I am talking for the cotton spinning, or means the normal spinning, not worsted. In that case, the short and medium cradle are mostly used. If the 38 fiber, which is mostly suitable for short cradle, or it can run in, even into medium cradle, but 38 mm fiber, if it flows where the gap from the roller, the cradle is itself a gap, so this gap goes to 59 plus. So it means the fiber will not be controlled with the both the rollers. At least during drafting, the strand should be caught by one nipping, and then as soon as it is reaching to the next rollers of drafting, then it should be released. So the gap should be there in a balanced way. If suppose the 59 gap is there, then 30 fiber will swing in between. It will not be catched by the means back roller or middle roller or the front roller. So between the rollers, it will be free, and that cannot pass. Or if it will be pass, then also the drafting will not be controlled. So I don't think it means that is a good idea to spin it.
Okay, sir. Sir, my next question is, sir, how can we avoid the problem of plastic chips in carding stages, and what precautions we should follow?
See, plastic chips, first of all, there are two types of plastic chips which we usually find. Some which are the hard ends, which comes along with fiber. So that can be removed only in blow room. We don't have any option to remove it in carding. Although sometimes liquor under casing, we have some option to release it, but I can say 99% the controlling of this type of the hard ends is possible only in the blow room. In carding, if you are talking about the polyester, then sometimes we feel that if the gauges are so tight, then the temperature between cylinder to flat increases, and it can melt the polyester fiber. So that also creates upon the means small chips type issues. But in that situation, the card machine cannot run longer, and it will be stopped automatically by showing the cylinder loading. So in that case, definitely the metal cannot run, but only for a few moments it can run.
Okay, sir. Sir, my next question is, sir, what is the role of antistatic agent, and why do we change the water percentage of it depending on the material we use?
See, water is doing two functions normally. One, whatever the antistatic we are using, that is means the the binding agent. So the water works there to bind it. And the second thing is that water itself works as a conductor of the static whenever it is used with some fibers or whatever, means the different things. So why anti-static is used? Your question is that because the fiber creates some static charges, and the static charges are so high that I mean some there are two type of static charges generally, from fiber to fiber friction and fiber to metal friction. So whenever the fiber runs in the machine, then it rubs on the metallic parts. So if the static charge is generated there, then the fiber strand or the webs cannot go out. So it will not move further, and that fiber will create lapping. Lapping means the metal is not going outside or not coming outside. So anti-static is used just to nullify that static charge. And water works just like a binding agent there who can bind means these we call it spin finish. So spin finish comprises of antistatics and some binding agents. So that affects only the frictional properties of the fiber.
Okay, sir. Sir, what kind of market complaint you generally face, and how do you handle it?
You see that is also again a big subject. If we see means the mostly facing complaints in spinning are the bare issues and sometimes mix up or contaminations or sometimes unevenness related. So bare is just means to create the different streaks or some bands we are seeing. There are several reasons. It can be because of the variation in the raw material, or it can be because of the variation in the physical properties of the yarn like count or they say TPI, or means sometimes a significant difference in hairiness. So the so all these properties may create bare. And if fibers are also from different loads, that also may create bare, because polyester doesn't mean that every plant's polyester is same. Means the polyester manufacturer and even the manufacturing people, we should ask them if they have several lines. Then we are avoiding to mix the lines also. Means one line, one fiber we can use, and that also we are taking care that after some time there is a lot change. Because if a fiber is produced in fiber plant in 6 months back and one fiber is being produced now, so there are chances that bare may be created there. Until unless the fiber supplier has very robust system that they are not changing their raw material. But it is very rare, though it is not zero. We have here one supplier who guarantees that my fiber, if you have 5 years back and at present, both you can mix, there will not be any bare. But very rarely this type of the fiber suppliers are available. And the second thing, as I told you, mix up and contaminations. That is again, if we are running several products in the same plant, then all the fibers have the flying in nature. If we don't have the perfect partitions or the controlling of the fibers there, then it may create contaminations. Or sometimes if one material is mixed with another material, that also may create mix up. So, and other thing is that unevenness that causes, means the bad look or the bad appearance in the fabric. So it may be thin, thick, snaps or higher hairiness. So all these type of the defects are considered for unevenness. So uh, handling complaint is just uh, the first point is to identify the root cause. Because if any problem comes there, the problem came, it is important, but more important is why it came and how we can control for further. Because most of the customers are your business partner, so they have very good relationship with you and they can understand that if any problem came, mutually we can discuss whatever the losses or miss whatever other supports are required. But they are more focused on the root cause and how it can be controlled so that will not repeat in future. So we are working on that. So means with the technical expertise, we generally examine the samples, or if it is related to means some warping efficiency or some knitting efficiency, then sometimes we have to go in their premises also to study that. And based upon the root analysis, we are taking some actions, and then we are submitting the report to the customer that what actions we have taken to avoid it.
Okay, sir. Sir, is worker migration percentage is higher in synthetic as compared to cotton?
I don't think so. Because here, I tell you, the major difference is here are all plants are equipped with chillers. So chillers just like AC plants. So inside plant we can control whatever temperature and RH we want. So we are maintaining around 32 degree, 31, 32 degree temperature, and it is means this is the best human conditions to work. In India I worked, but I never saw there any chiller plant where I have worked. So there in the time of rainy season, just like July or August, at that time we found that the temperature is crossing 40, and the RH is also very high. Means there was no limit up to 65%, 70%, whatever. So during those days, it is really difficult to work there inside. But at that time, either you use chiller or you don't have any other options. So here in means the inside environment is so good that workers are working just like the AC room, and so we don't find here any changeover. Even in the cotton, people feel more flies there. That's why most of the workers like to work in synthetic.
Okay, sir. Sir, my next question is, sir, what is the role of half-leaf strength while we set the process?
This is the means basic parameter. This is the basic fundamental. So in the modern spinning, people are not checking halfly, but this is important because if we are changing any fiber, in that case, we are applying a certain twist in the roving. That twist is very much important. If the twist is less, then it can be stretched very easily. So during the means ring frame also, from creel to the drafting zone also, unnecessary stretch can be created there. Even on the simplex also, it may cause more breakages. So during that unnecessary stretch, long thin faults may be generated, and even the ring frames breakage will be very high. If that twist in the roving is applied more, or means higher than the requirement, in that case drafting will be very difficult, and on ring frame we will find some undrafting issues. So that is again will create the uneven yarn, as well as the working of the ring frame will be worst. So how to decide whether the twist is suitable or required less or require more, that factor we are considering halfly. So in halfly, that it means halfly we have standard as per fiber. In means for viscose there is some other standard, for polyester some other standard, for polyviscose some other standard. So we are guiding with that figure. If halfly is less than our standard, then we are increasing the roving TPI. If it is more, then we are reducing the roving TPI, so that our ring frame will not suffer.
Okay, sir. Sir, in mixing, why do we use RO water, and how do we decide the TDS of water?
RO water's basic thing is that the normal water have some TDS. As you told, TDS is nothing. It is just means some chemical, we can say in the general language. So something which is not required there in process, that will affect the fiber properties. And in cotton or in cellulosic fibers, sometimes we feel the problem of mold also, that just like fungus. So after some time, if the yarn is kept, then it gets we can say infected, because in US and Europe uh, rules are very strict. If they can find even a one cone of mold or fungus, in the whole consignment they are rejecting. They are not returning it. They are not taking it. They will just either burn it or throw it to the water.
Okay.
So there, if we are not using the clean water means RO. RO water is free from every type of the chemicals or every type of the substances which are creating hardness. So as lower the hardness will be, as lower TDS will be, it is better for the mixing or for the spinning also.
Okay, sir. So my next question is, sir, why sewing threads are always preferred as a reverse twist and in double form, and what is the reason behind it?
Actually, not 100% sewing thread are reverse twist, but yes, most of the sewing threads are reverse twist because whenever we are stitching a fabric, at, at that time, if that yarn is reflecting or it is giving a different type of appearance or it is appealing, then it gives a good look of stitching. So if we are using the reverse twist, that yarn gives a special means appearance in that stitching. So the reverse twist is used there. But uh, means very rarely we can say the share of sewing thread hardly 10% will have the normal twist. 90% is having the S twist or sometimes this hardcore yarn or means there are various varieties for sewing threads. So this is the only concept which I could understand. But this question actually in my mind also came sometimes. But apart from it, I could not get any reason.
So with this, we end our today's session. Sir, thank you so much for joining us.
And thank you to you also. And I would like to congratulate to Sahoo Academy who are doing work hard and to create such type of the learning material because whenever we entered in that in the field of textile, this type of material was just a dream for us because that was quite ancient time. But now the students may get advantage of this type of the videos, and this is really learning. And I think this type of the material, if anybody gets, they can use the experience of the experienced people who got the experience in several years. They can get it within minutes or within hours. So I think that is a very good going. And thank you very much for contacting, and
Thank
please
you.
keep it up.